Good morning, you sexy storage nerds. Okay, so the weekly figures, here we go. Welcome to I Can Sell Storage, by the way. If you want to go join the cool kids I was thinking what to say now, so I was like, what do I say? I'm like, right, cool kids, mrselfstorage.com, sells my newsletters, completely free, daily newsletters, every single day. Obviously, because it's daily. Well, I said daily, it's 5 days a week. Anyway, today's newsletter is the weekly figures. So we go through everything that I'm talking about right now, but you see it in written format. And then on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, we give you a self-storage tip and some other figures. Now, I've sent it out, and I've had two people say, get a proper job. At the end, I've got a review. You can review it. Most people say it's great, but like 90% of people say it's great. But 2 out of 2, I've had 2 reviews today, and 2 of them says, get a proper job. Anyway, I'm one on subscribe as well. Right, onto the figures. It was a really good week for us last week, and it's January, so bear that in mind as well. Yes, I know Mansfield is filling up, so obviously we've got to take that into consideration as well, because you would expect to have a net positive week at Mansfield, but forgetting Mansfield, we still had a net positive week in January, which is really good. 133 quotes, amazing. Now, later on this week, hopefully I can get it done this week. If not, it'll be next week. What we're doing is, I want to know what proportion of my quotes come from organic SEO, or what proportion of my quotes come from pay-per-clicks, because we're spending an ungodly amount on both, and I need to understand which is the best bang for my buck, which is the better one. So what we've done, we've got a digital agency to actually, and I was speaking to Laura Mox about this. Laura Mox said that nobody else has done this that she's working with, and I think it's important for the self-storage industry to know where our quotes are coming from, because most places, like for example, if you look at e-commerce, when I had an e-commerce site and a software site, I knew exactly where my customers was coming from, because there was a trail, a footprint, a digital footprint. It's like in the snow, you can see the little footprints. The problem we've got with self-storage is that they come digitally, so they come to us digitally through Google mostly. Most of the time, like 95% come from a digital platform. And then we take them off that digital platform, and then we do a hands-on approach where we get in touch with them and we speak to the customer. When we do that, we don't know if that quote, if that information that we got from that person who did the quote, we don't know if they came from Google SEO or Google pay-per-clicks. That's the main point of reference here. And so I want to know. I want to tag every single person. So that's what we've been working with. And currently we are doing it. It seems to be working at 4 of our sites, but not 1 of our sites. So I just want to test the data to make sure it's correct. 1 of our sites isn't working, and so who's to say whether the other 4 are correct, the data? But at the minute, it's showing, indicating a very clear winner, and that's very interesting because of how much we spend on the other platform. And so we'll go into much greater detail in that in later weeks and months, because I think this is critical, because you don't want to be spending money if it's not harvesting a return. That's the whole objective of this, of marketing. We need a return on investment. Obviously, what is the ROI of it? Is it ROI positive or negative? And to some interesting results. So keep an eye on that. We'll get the information out as soon as we have it. So last week we did 133 quotes. This is the headlines. We was 1,595 square foot up for the week. We did 29 reservations and 31 move-ins. I'm going to have to be fairly quick because I need to take the kids to school. Right, let's have a look. Let's get down to business. A brilliant week on revenue. We took 43,000 across the site. Mansfield took 4,000. Wrexham took 3,500. Clitheroe took 6,400. And Beverley took 4,300. I'm rounding up and down, by the way. And Willoughby took 25,000 as well. So really good week on revenue. Excuse me. £43,000 across the 5 sites. So really good. In total, we took 29 reservations across the site. I mean, the weekend was really poor. I thought it was going to hit, at one point, 40 reservations. I think by Wednesday evening, I think we'd done 21 reservations. And at the end of it, we only did 29 reservations. So, yeah, we didn't even hit standards where we want to be. We want to be 30 every single week. And in the end, it was below where I want to be. But never mind. Jack won the reservations. He had 9. James was 6. Katie 5, Angela 5, and online was 4. So online reservations were 4. That means that got my phone. Oh no, I ain't got my phone. Pause, bye. I don't know. I can't work it out. I have no idea. I haven't got my phone. I can't calculate. Anyway, so obviously, 29 divided by 4 or 4 divided by 29. I always get confused which one it is. Right, so then you can determine how much of our reservations came online. Clough Road was the most reservations with 11. Mansfield, 9. Willoughby, only 5 reservations. 3 for Wrexham, 1 for Beverley. Right, let's dive in then to the figures. The amount of quotes at Willoughby, 40 quotes, incredible amount of quotes. That means we've got a pipeline there of people to get back in touch with. We only did 5 reservations at Willoughby. Absolutely horrific when you look at it. 12% convert, 13 average. It would be nice and round up 12.5 to 13. So 13% conversion rate. Absolutely shocker. Wait a second, 133. It'd be interesting to see what our conversion rate is. I do believe, looking at this, our conversion rate last week wasn't the best. We had 133 quotes and 29 reservations and 31 move-ins. So the conversion rate isn't great, but that's good because it means that we've got loads. This week should be a great week because all the reservations we didn't do last week will still be in the system, callback 2, callback 3, callback 4, etc. So hopefully we'll see a big uptick in that. Oh God, I can hear the kids already. So 40 quotes, 5 reservations, 5 move-ins. So again, like 13% conversion rate from quotes to move-ins. We had only 600 square foot move-in. Shocker, absolute shocker. 625 move out. So we didn't move in enough, but the move outs was quite good. So the problem is here. I was talking to Angela last week, and Angela goes, because I was like, oh God, look at Willoughby again. Because we had a bad day. She goes, yeah, but Dean, we're still up at Willoughby at this point, and we was projected to be down. I was like, yeah, good point. But I think that the lack of move outs, only 625 square foot moved out, it papers over the cracks of shitty move-ins. 600 square foot is shitty. Really, we want to be 1,000 square foot at Willoughby every single week, even in January, my friends. But anyway, it was 25 square foot down. We had 6 rooms move in, 8 rooms move out. So we've got 326 internally occupied. 3 containers came in, so we've got 44 containers. We are currently 71% full at this site. Average sales per merchandise was £12.50, and the average insurance was 8,800. So that is good. Next week, we've got 325 to move in and 785 to move out, so not so good. Clough Road quotes, 42 quotes, really good on the quotes. Conversions, we hit 11 reservations, that's a conversion rate of 26%. We did 9 move-ins, that's a conversion rate of 21%. 640 moved in, 325 move out, 315 net square foot. I know I'm going fast. I've got the kids waiting outside to go to school. If you want to see these, head on over to mrselfstorage.com, put your email address in there, and you get sent these every single week. And you can go through them your own time. 5,333 was the average insurance. 425 square foot is due to move in next week. 100 square foot due to move out. Beverley, amount of quotes, worryingly, 5 quotes at Beverley only. But we did 1 reservation and 3 move-ins. So quotes to move-ins is 60%. And quotes to reservations is 20%. We moved in 260 square foot and we moved out 0. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm going to do a deep dive into Beverley because we just hit an important milestone, and I want to talk about it tomorrow because it's fascinating. And people often overlook container sites, and this is why you shouldn't do. And people sometimes look down on them as well. We are currently 90% full. We've got 84, they're all upside with me, 84 internal rooms occupied, 6,666 was the average insurance. No move-ins due next week, and 285 square foot due to move out. So that's not good. Wrexham, 14 quotes, 3 reservations and 3 move-ins. That's a conversion rate of 21%. We moved in 345. We moved out 125. We netted 220. Average insurance, again, brilliant stuff, kids. 8,333. So really well done there. We've got 1 move in, 50 square foot due this week, and 1 move out for 160. So we're supposed to be down. Mansfield, 32 quotes, really good on the quotes. Reservations, 9, move-ins, 11. So we've got a conversion rate of 34% for move-ins and 28% for reservations. Really good there. 875 moved in, 50 square foot moved out. So again, we're up 825 this week. Woo! 87 internal rooms occupied. We're 42% full, and we've added 10 containers on there as well. Average insurance. Now, I don't know what's going on with Mansfield, but the average insurance is down again. Look at the rest of the figures, and then you look at Mansfield. So really interesting here. Rest of the sites are proving really, really good on the insurance. Mansfield, not so good. 3,636 is the average insurance. We've got 200 square foot due to move in this week and 0 to move out. One more thing to tell you. Analytics. We had 670 users, 28 reservations across a Stormore site. So that means we are converting at 4%, my friends, from website visitors. All right, dude, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow when we're talking all things Beverly.